Modern life is goodish. My name is Dave Gorman, and tonight we've been discussing market research. And while we're on the topic, if you don't mind, I'd like to do a bit of market research here tonight, OK? It's going to be very simple. All I need to do is ask everyone to just put their hands up, OK? And only put your hand down when what I'm saying doesn't describe you. So everyone put all your hands up. Not two hands, just one all. One will do. One hand up. And lower them if what I'm saying is not you, OK? So keep your hands up if you are male. I could have given you a shortcut there, ladies, couldn't I? I definitely could have done. Keep your hands up if you agree with the statement, over history, religion has done more harm than good. OK? Keep your hands up if you would describe yourself fairly, no judgment on my part at all, as middle class. OK? Still a good fair few. Keep your hands up if you like science. Keep your hands up if you would describe yourself as geeky. Keep your hands up if you would describe yourself as disorganised. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. The person who's going, like, you are disorganised. That's what that means right there. There's still a few. Keep your hands up if you read The Guardian. We've basically got one person that I can see over here. What's your name, sir?
Benjamin.
Benjamin. Very nice to meet you, Benjamin. What we've just done there, Benjamin, is we've proved that an organisation called YouGov are shit. Because what I just described there was, according to YouGov, my typical fan. And we've only got one in. We've only got Benjamin here. It's useless. Ridiculous. I don't know if you are familiar with YouGov. You see it in the news quite a lot. You'll see something like, oh, according to a YouGov survey and so on. And because of the gov bit, I spent quite a long time assuming it was some official governmental organisation. But it's not. It's just a market research company. They have this thing on their website called the YouGov profiles. See what we already know about your customers. I'm not really sure what it's for, because the sentence, profiles is our segmentation and media planning product for agencies and brands, makes no sense whatsoever. I understand all of the individual words, I just don't understand what they're doing hanging around together in that paragraph. My guess is that it's to help businesses work out who their audience is so they can best target their advertising. Anyway, you can use it to search for any brand, person or thing, which is a convoluted way of saying you can use it to search for anything. I'll show you how it works. Let's use Cheryl Cole just as an example, OK? So if you search for Cheryl Cole, you type it in, it knows who she is, it finds her, and then you hit return, and all of a sudden, all these red dots are buzzing into the middle, each of them representing one of the fans in their database of Cheryl Cole. And as you can see, they found 2,829 fans of Cheryl Cole. And then it all resolves, and it finds you the typical, the quintessential Cheryl Cole fan, who, as you can see, is a 25 to 39-year-old young woman who is, their word, social grade C2DE, which is their language, and that means working class, OK? Now, incidentally, when you saw all those red dots buzzing around, I said that was sort of one per fan. It's not a literal animation. It doesn't actually, there isn't a one-to-one representation. I don't think there were 2,829 red dots there. You can test that theory by searching for something different. For example, this is what happens if you search for Sunita. Sunita, finding all the fans of Sunita, there you go. And it finds 27 fans of Sunita. There are definitely more than 27 red dots there. I can prove that. That is 27 red dots right there. The rest are surplus to requirements. And by the way, I am not picking on Sunita. I would go so far as to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, I am much more of a Sunita person than a Cheryl person. In fact, YouGov's research bears that out. If I just run this on, you'll see the typical Sunita fan emerge. And as you can see, that is far more me. Far more me, isn't it? I mean, I'm not a working class man and I'm not over 60, but it is still more me than the Cheryl Cole fan, isn't it? Cheryl gets a part-time model and Sunita gets a part-time groundskeeper from a non-league football club. It's worth looking around just to see who other people get. Mary Berry's typical fan is apparently Mary Berry. Anyway, just to show you around the site, let's go back to Cheryl Cole and take a look at what kind of information it shows to you. You can see the typical professions that they work in. In her case, they think they work in the entertainment profession. Shows you how much disposable income they've got. In Cheryl's case, it's less than £125 a month. It tells you where they're from. What region would you expect the Cheryl Cole fan base to be at its strongest? The North East, Newcastle. You're absolutely right. Where she's from, that's the strong base for it. It also shows you where people are on the political spectrum. Yeah. Where do you imagine Cheryl Cole's fans are on the political spectrum? We know they're working-class girls from Newcastle. Is that a clue or not? Where do you think they are on the spectrum?
Non-voting.
Non-voting, you think, right in the middle then? No. Actually, they're really, really right-wing. Yeah, Cheryl Cole's fans, right-wing, working-class Newcastle girls whose favourite food is chips and curry sauce. They like chips and curry sauce, they just think the person who made that sauce can go home now, basically. That's Cheryl Cole fans, according to this. Their favourite sport is darts. It's a confusing world, this, isn't it? These are the different avatars they have to represent every kind of adult in Britain. These avatars represent middle-class and working-class people across 4 age groups and in 2 genders, which makes 16 distinct types of person. That there is my guy. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I get middle-class men who are a little bit left-wing, who are from the Midlands, which is where I'm from, and who work in IT. And I've got loads of disposable income, £500 to £990. I'd have put my prices up if I'd bloody known that. Weirdly, their favourite food, and I'm not making this up, is vegetarian toad in the hole. Nobody's favourite food has ever been vegetarian toad in the hole. I don't eat meat, but I can say that with confidence. That is a compromised food, isn't it? Saying vegetarian toad in the hole is your favourite food is like saying your favourite mode of transport is a replacement bus service. Nonsense. We told the people here that that's what the research said. As you came in tonight, if you were downstairs having a drink in the bar, having a bite to eat, that was on the bar. Vegetarian toad in the hole as a special. Not one person asked for it. Not one person. Which is just as well, because they haven't made any, because we knew that nobody would ask for it. A lot of people appear to have a surprisingly right-wing fan base. For example, Little Mix. Look at Little Mix, look how right-wing their fans are. Now, when I say surprisingly right-wing, I'm going to be clear here. I'm not using right-wing as a lazy insult. It's not a pejorative, you are entitled to your views. The key word is surprisingly. Let me put it in some context. Look at how right-wing Little Mix fans are, and now look at the political views of readers of Karl Marx. Just a little bit to the left. Mao Zedong bang in the middle. Little Mix fans right out here. Little Mix fans are much, much more right-wing than the fans of Karl Marx and Chairman Mao are left-wing. Let me isolate the political ticker so you can see there is no sleight of hand here, right? That is how right-wing fans of Little Mix are. And this is how right-wing fans of Hitler are. It's basically the same. Incidentally, YouGov, fans of Hitler. We've got a word for that these days, and it's not fans. They've got 28 fans, one more than Sunita. Seriously, who are they asking these questions of? Keep your eye on the ticker, OK? So this is fans of Hitler, and this is Katie Hopkins. Hopkins fans are more right-wing than Hitler's. Seriously, watch the ticker. Just watch the ticker. That's Katie Hopkins, Hitler. Hopkins, Hitler, Hopkins, Little Mix. That is insane. I don't think I understand the YouGov data. See if you can work this out. As you can see, there is a sample size of 149 people who have self-identified as fans of Little Mix. Hold that number in your head, 149 people. OK? Now, let's look at some other details about them. Their favourite food. Fried chicken and Yule log. Yule log? Do you think they did this survey in December, by any chance? That's nobody's favourite food. The thing I'm more interested in is the bottom of the list. This is their top 10 favourite dishes. Bottom of the pile, number 10, bitter melon soup. I've never heard of bitter melon soup. I've never met anyone who's heard of bitter melon soup. To begin with, I assumed that was a clerical error, and 149 Little Mix fans had said, oh, yeah, I quite like a bit of melon soup. But no. No, it's not that. They actually mean bitter melon soup. So a significant number of 149 people who are saying they are fans of Little Mix must have also said that they like bitter melon soup. And if you remember, you can search for any brand, person or thing. And bitter melon soup is a thing. So we can search for it and see what the fans of bitter melon soup are like. And it turns out that they are quite old, middle class, and there's 40 of them, and look at how left-wing they are. How do these numbers possibly fit together? This is the middle-class man over 60 we're looking at here. When I wanted to make that slide, I had to sort of try and find a picture of each of the 16 avatars. I basically spent an hour on the YouGov profiler just guessing at things, saying, what do working class women like when they're 30? I don't know, I'll guess at something like that. Some of them very easy to find. Some of them less so. The over 60 middle-class man, he was very easy. I didn't guess at bitter melon soup, obviously. I guessed at George Osborne. And I got it right first time. That's who his fans are, the middle-class men over 60. Favourite foods for George Osborne fans? We got veal, pheasant, partridge, and even beluga caviar. And I realised I've just made a classic TV mistake. Here I am on the box, and I've just mentioned beluga caviar. And now there are thousands of people at home thinking, oh, yeah, I could just do with a bit of beluga caviar. Go on, then. Give yourself a quick caviar break. I'll see you in a little bit. Modern Life is Goodish. Now, before the break, we were discussing the market research company YouGov and their online profiler. Now, when I was trying to make this slide with all the avatars and I was spending my time trying to guess at the right things to give me the full range of people, I bumped into something that I found interesting for other reasons. At one point, I thought, oh, I know, Ant and Dec, they'll lead me to the right character. But I discovered that YouGov didn't let me search for Ant and Dec as an entity. Ant is there, and Dec is there. But Ant and Dec are not, which seems weird to me because I don't think it's possible to have different opinions about Ant and Dec. There are a lot of people in Britain who don't even know which one is which. And given how big they are, that says something about how indivisible they really are. There is an easy system to remember which one's which. I'm sure plenty of you are aware of this. They always stand in Ant and Dec order. If you see them working, it's always Ant on the left and Dec on the right. That's why when Dec wants to drive, they always go on holiday to France. Now, I like Ant and Dec. I think most other people do. So it seems to me that if YouGov's data is accurate, the fans that it describes for Ant should be exactly the same as the fans it describes for Dec. So let's take a look and see what it says when we compare fans of Ant and fans of Dec. Now, in terms of demographics, they both appeal to women who are aged 40 to 59 and who are working class, and in tonight's show, they are played by Janet Street Porter. And what about where they're from? Where do you think they might be from? The North East. It's a good guess, and it's right in terms of Ant McPartlin. Big fan base, North East. Not Dec. No. His fans are in the North West. That's confusing matters, isn't it? Now the one who stands on the left is popular in the right of the country, and the one who stands on the right is popular in the left. By my reckoning, if they want to get the best reaction, they need to do a show standing back-to-back in Keighley, West Yorkshire. What about politically? Where do you think they are on the political spectrum? Any guesses? Labour, you think? OK. Keep your eye on both tickers at the same time. Ant's fans are really right-wing, and Dec's fans are a little bit left-wing. Again, confusing. The one who stands on the left is popular on the right, and the one who stands on the right is popular on the left. But this suggests that their fans are different people. And to my mind, that suggests that YouGov's data must be wrong. It turns out there are loads of examples where differences are apparent, where surely none should appear. Keep your eyes on the political ticker at all times, OK? These are the people who like baked potatoes, a little bit left-wing. These are the people who like twice-baked potatoes, a little bit right-wing. That is the neatest expression of you get a bit more right-wing as you get older that I've ever seen. Yeah, basically the time it takes to rebake your potato. This is genuinely incredible. This is a threefer, this one. Look at this. The people who like the film, Lethal Weapon, quite right-wing. Lethal Weapon 2, Lethal Weapon 3. How is that remotely possible? It just doesn't make any sense, does it? This is even weirder. Sooty & Co. versus the Sooty Show. How could they be different people? Well, essentially, they're not different people. They are both middle-class women between 25 and 39, and they're all in the West Country. That's the fans of Sooty, apparently. But look at their politics. Little bit left, all the way over there. Who knew that Sooty was a Nazi? He kept that quiet, didn't he? I think I know why fans of the Sooty Show skew more right-wing than Sooty and Co. I think it's to do with the avatars they have chosen to represent these things. Look at that. I mean, look. That isn't an accident, surely. Come on. Is that the picture desk? Yeah. We'd like a picture of Sooty looking as much like Hitler as you can manage. Thank you very much. Now, talking of innocent childhood things that might or might not have been performing Nazi salutes, the world got into a bit of a tiz recently after The Sun uncovered a video from 1933 of our own dear monarch appearing to do